Go.
Hello and welcome to WABCasting. For you eagle-eyed viewers, you will have noticed a new symbol in that bottom right corner. No? Have a look now. There it is. Yep, that is the SCClimbers logo.
Hang on, now that we said that, you're going to have to make sure you actually add it to the video that we upload now, because otherwise we're in all sorts of trouble.
This is true. Remind me later.
Aye.
For those who haven't heard about SCClimbers, they are another bronze community with quite similar ideas and philosophy behind it as WAB. So we've been nice and decided to help out with a few casts.
Yep, and yeah, share alike. We're going to point people their way. Hopefully they'll point people our way, and hopefully it's all good. I don't really know anything about them because you never keep me informed. You're head of public relations.
Oh yeah. You need to know nothing.
That's not true. They're a fantastic organisation that we're both in quite a lot of contact with, and they're definitely. Anyway, should we stop? What's the word? Plugging other people's channels and crack on with
WAB.
Crack on with WAB, exactly. Okay, so here in the blue corner, in the blue ring, we have a guy called CaNeRaT. CaNeRaT? Is he northern? Is he a CaNeRaT? I mean, is that?
Let's just stick with Kane.
All right.
Just let you know, co-founder of SCClimbers.
Does that mean I've got to be nice to him, or can I just be my usual self?
You can be your
everything that he does wrong,
usual
even
self.
though he's probably better than I am.
You can be your usual self.
Cool.
Quit wall as standard for Terran.
Okay, no probs. Over in the red corner we have, it looks like a Zerg player to me, although it could be Protoss, I'm not that great at this game.
By the name I'd definitely say Zerg.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Zerg. Looks like one of them creatures that you used to get in the old Unreal Tournament games, doesn't it? If anybody can remember what they're called, feel free to put it on the comment, because I can't.
Scroll?
I don't know, can't remember.
Anywho, we'll call him Jack for now.
Unreal was epic. Anyway, and it looks like we've got, what, is that a 15 hatch coming out from the Zergy?
And
there is a little bit of work
there.
of scouting going on here from the CaNeRaT, or Kane, sorry, I should call you, sir. And all is looking good. He seems to have scouted the Zerg base, and now he just seems to be off for a random look around the map.
And why the devil not? We do have the Zerg scout just coming down from the top. There he is. Hey, look, I can even do that one as well.
Oh, he's good. Look at that. Did you see the nice slick camera movement there? I like that.
Yeah,
oh, that's awesome.
We've got this down to a T. Just looking at
some,
oh God. Looking at the production tab, Orbital Command just about to finish their 4K, and I believe, is that his second refinery? Scouting denied.
That does look like 2 refineries on the minimap there. So what I'm going to hazard a guess, quite a tech heavy build, and crucially, scouting denied. Those 2, as you just pointed out, Monkey Man. Which means that poor old Unreal Tournament bloke isn't going to know. Jack, that's it, that'll do, Jack. Isn't going to know that we've got those 2 refineries down. He's not going to know that we're going for a techish kind of a build. And in fact, our factory is going down. We've got a reactor there. I wonder what we're going to see.
I would imagine Reaper. Reaper, not Reaper. Helion.
A reactor. You're turning into me, man. That's epic.
Oh, and I've been playing Terran a bit as well of late.
Oh,
it's all gone wrong.
Right, yeah, what we're... I am foreseeing a couple of early Helions which are hopefully going to get in there and do some harassment, do some general damage and see what happens. Meanwhile, this build's all looking pretty standard from Zerg. You've got the 1 reactor open. Is that Speedling speeds down?
Yeah.
Lords are popping, Queen's building. We've got Queen building here as well. Queen's at both bases.
It sounds like a second year. Lords are popping, Queens are building. La la.
You're just going to turn this into an Irish drinking song soon, aren't you?
Ooh, look at the production tab. I see some Lings are building, and on the Terran side we've got some Helions.
Are they actually coming out now? Are they 2 Helions? So I mean, in my head, you can stop with that movement now, Monkey Man. That's disturbing me. That's going to follow me to the grave. To the grave. Anyway, which is, I'm guessing, go on, get them Helions out and go and do some harassment. In my bronze head, 2 Helions is enough. I think in anybody that knows anything about SC2 ways, they're probably not, but that's not important. In my head, 2 Helions are enough, and he should be going and giving it large. And is this turning into a 1-1-1 build? No, another Rax. So okay, so we've got 2 Helions into what looks to be a fairly heavily infantry build.
And we've got 8 Zerglings going to pop out as well. So this actually might be quite nice. We might end up with 8 Lings all coming running up the front ramp there. With blue flame. No, not blue flame.
We're not going to have any blue flame here, but we're going to have yellow flame. But the flames are off. Follow the boys. And see what we get to. Helions, of course.
2 spine crawlers are in the mix.
Nice and quick. Are they actually finished though? Have they been produced? And are they somewhere sensible? Yeah, that's a very good spot for a spore crawler. Hello.
Got spore crawler? Sorry, I thought they were spine crawlers.
Nope, they're spore crawlers. They're not going to help against Helions, to be honest with you.
I suppose. No scouting, got to presume Cloak Banshee.
Yeah, valid. Valid. And there we go. 2 spiners in, actually, I think, quite sensible places.
Hmm.
Can't fault it, really.
Blue.
This could be why I'm in bronze. Anybody that can fault it, feel free to tell me.
Helion's about to come on to the field there.
Now, so we've got 4 Helions that are going to come in for a bit of a drive-by. Straight up the ramp, ignoring the expo, which means they're not getting hit by the spiners. And look at this! Look at this, some serious drone toastage going on here. An epic amount of damage. Toasty! Queen's trying to clean this up. But a lot of drones toasted, an awful lot of drones toasted there. Speedlings are going to try and come in, but no. Rally point fail.
Queen's going to fall.
Queen's going down to Helion fire. Wow, look at that. That's pretty harsh. Lots of speedlings there, not doing an awful lot for us yet. No, he's got sight up the ramp, boys. That's not going to help. Okay, there we go. Speedlings coming in twos, getting toasted, and we're coming back round, and there we go. It would seem to me that this expo will be, in fact, what is now the nave, looks pretty much shut down. Gas production, I would say, shut down.
More drones being built, but they are being built at that main there.
Okay, and here come the speedlings, and they do get... no, they don't get the surrounds! And no, but even so, the Helions can't fight that number of speedlings off. And the first little bit of harassment, absolutely nailed. Now, if we have a quick look at the production tab, what have we got coming? What have we got in the mix?
That's a unit tab. I put that up just
to confuse me. I was going to say 7 marauders from 3 barracks. That's good. I want to know how that guy does that.
8 Rauder, 8 Reen, 24 speedlings in 1 Helion. Going back to the production tab, there you go. We've got Stim, just been researched now. Roach Warren going down, 2 supply depots.
Okay, Roach Warren, fantastic counter to Helions, as we know, unless you're playing the Star Chess map, in which case, as we're all aware, Roach counters quite a lot of stuff.
3rd Expo. 3rd? Yeah.
Yep, he's taking the 3rd. I think that's about to be scouted and closed down.
Boom!
Lovely play from the rat here, lovely play from Kane. Just keeping everything.
Just call him the rat.
Why not? Why aren't I allowed to call him the rat?
You can call him whatever you like, but that just ain't going to cut it, Jack. God,
and we're running away from the broodlings, and Bosh, broodlings gone, and that 3rd completely shut down. So, I mean, if I was a Zerg player, I'd be a little bit concerned about now. I mean, this is some lovely pressure from the Terran player, absolutely lovely pressure, timed brilliantly.
2 more spiners.
But that is a lot of speedlings and a lot of spiners there. I think
21.
Old Terran, without having the micro skills of a god, is going to need a little bit more troopage to help him out there. Maybe he might have the micro skills for a god, but I've not seen any evidence of it so far. Yeah, I've just got to get a little dig in from time to time.
Just now and again.
Just makes me feel better for being poo, that's all. Just being able to say that other people
Stim 3/4 of the way through their combat shield is getting researched.
Oh,
12 roaches about to popping out.
There we go, and those lings are not going to get surrounded on that ball. And there's got to be enough marauders surely to deal with that roach. That volume of roach, I would say.
Stim just about finished.
Helion dead. Oh, scan! Lovely use of a scan. Helion's dead. And this, to me...
I think we're just waiting on Stim here, and then we're walking
Yeah, then I would say so. And like I say, to me, this is looking like Zerg are in a fair whack of trouble. I'm quite enjoying this strat. I do like the early reactor and Helion's out for Terran. I do find that a lot of fun. Just have a look what's going on just here.
Happy just... didn't Happy have a build?
Happy did that a lot, yeah. Okay, so it looks like we're going for a very infantry... infantry-tastic build. I have to say, I am slightly surprised that I haven't seen a starport on the way down and going for those old heel buses for a while. That would have been something that I might have looked at, personally.
Really going for spiners,
especially with all these spiners, because they'll not do an awful lot. Okay, and that roach is gone. Like I say, heel buses just allows you to use that stim button almost completely without repercussions, and they're absolutely lovely. And Zerg at the moment, they look to me in trouble. Terran has got
another 11
just down
roaches
here,
coming
has
out.
started their expo.
Oh, are they stimming in?
They're stimming in, and those spiners are going to fall. The roach is stuck. They're going to have to walk a long way round to get to that ball. And here we go, big bundle, and the Marines are running. The Terrans are running away from that massive roach, and I think the roach are going to have this. There are some more stim boys coming up, but it's just not going to be enough to overcome that massive volume of roaches on the field now.
Oh, messy.
No, oh dear. I mean, just a minute ago I was saying that Terran was looking pretty, but with that volume of roach, I'm not entirely sure what the Terran's got that they can clean that out with, to be honest.
Just want to have a quick look back here. Oh, droning up alright.
So we're droning up quite nicely, and we're getting that volume of roach on the field. However, we're not at lair yet. We really are still on simply hatchery tech, so still a lot of work to do for the Zerg. This game is by no means in the bag whatsoever at all. Absolutely no scouting allowed.
What's blue hiding up just where Zerg had expanded before that's about to die?
Just a couple of reeds.
Just a couple of reeds.
Okay, a little bit of a scout, see what's happening, and there go the roach. Okay, those marines are going to fall fairly effortlessly, but I dare say another scout on there will be not a problem. And here's an interesting fact, Terran suddenly, from being on the defensive, they're now dropping bunkers. However, this is a nice move, this is what you like to see to deal with roach. Tanks.
Oh yeah. To be fair, it's only the second bunker of the game to be dropped.
Well yes, but, you know, I think the
you said it like it's suddenly gone all Gandalf.
I think he's going a bit Gandalf, for me.
You reckon?
Yeah.
There you are then.
That's why. No, think about it, right? A moment ago, we were all on the attack. We were up here. We were running around here. We were denying expos. We were knocking things down. We were really causing quite a lot of problems. Suddenly, our entire army is hiding in our own base. There are bunkers going down.
Nothing in them though.
Nothing in them yet, no, but they are there. And well, I would say siege tanks on the way, but siege mode at least is on the way. For me, that's turning into a bit of a Gandalf.
True. Okay, I'll give you that.
You know, the options are there. If that large Zerg army does start walking across the map, Terran's not going to know about it because Zerg have the towers. But if it starts walking across the map, the Gandalf option is there.
True, true indeed. Just looking at the production tab, we have another hatch going down for the Zerg, reclaiming that third, and also lair tech is now halfway through being researched. Creep spread, where I can see tumors are getting done, so...
Yep, creep spread's only coming out, and the Zerg now are going to be looking to expand on the fact that they've won that
another
map,
20 lings in the
whole
mix.
Of the map. Okay, so we've got a lot of roach here. I'm not seeing massive amounts of production though. I mean, lings are going to cause siege tank problems, but not when surrounded by that volume of infantry. Oh, and we've got some action coming.
Looking at the mineral tab at the top there, Zerg are floating quite a bit in the gem front.
I was going to say, this third to me looks a little bit early. I mean, maybe, I suppose if they can produce from it, that's good, but I might have, during that massive contain that was on there...
Oh,
that siege tank is going to get caught out of position, that siege tank is going to go down before it gets a single shot off. There is stim there, but I don't think there's enough infantry to deal with all of this roach. Likewise, Zerg players decided there's not enough roach there to deal with all the infantry. The concussives really did want those marauders there, and you could have just slowed a couple of roaches down and picked them off piecemeal. Interestingly, still for an infantry-based army, there it is, the starport's there. Surely heal buses must be coming up. But interestingly, still no upgrades for our infantry.
No, you are right there. You are right there.
Meanwhile,
another 18 lings coming in.
Meanwhile,
and
Zerg
level 2
coming up for level 2 carapace and coming up for level 3 missile attacks. The Zerg unit's really starting to.
Oh, you're talking about what they can do next.
Well, it's what they're upgrading, or what they can do. Oh,
they're upgrading level 2.
That's the one. That's what I mean.
Missile attack.
Yeah.
They can, should they wish to, upgrade to level 2 carapace.
Yes. I knew that. So what I'm trying to say is the
there you
Zerg
go.
units
Look, if we click on it, it's 1-1.
It's 1-1, yes.
Soon to be 1-2.
I know StarCraft me. I'm good.
We are giving it some awesome ling production.
In fact, we will soon be selling lessons from the WABCasting team, and here are the heal buses.
Using all their energy up the minute that they arrive.
That's fine. It does mean that they were getting a nicely healed up army.
Oh,
well, say when the heal bus is a heal bus, and it looks to me like Terran are blocked.
In fact, both
are looking pretty blockhead. Block. Supply going down. Loads of energy. Come on, mate. Just call down some supply.
Baneling.
Baneling?
Yeah, we got a Baneling nest about to finish.
Oh, now that's going to cause issues. I'm enjoying this tank position up here, though.
What's the range on that tank? Nice.
Can't obviously see the Tumi yet, but that's just enough to give the infantry there a lovely little wall to back into. That's going to prevent any kind of serious surround.
Boom! Tumor down.
Bye bye, Tumor.
Boom! Oh, we've got the stim. Oh, Zergner's coming on the surround there.
He's not backing up the wall, he's running off up the ramp. Okay, fair enough, it seems to be working. No issues with that. If it works, it works. 34
more lings in the mix. Centrifugal hooks being researched now for Zerg so we can get that Baneland speed.
Aye, we're at, what, 140 supply to 155 supply at the moment. So, reasonably well matched.
Just clicking the units tab there, we've got 73 Zerglings, 35 Roach, 3 Queen. Going up against 43 Marine, 21 Marauder, 1 Siege Tank, 2 Heal Buses, and a Hellion. Whew.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm more interested in that drone thing there. Whereas it looked to me a moment ago that despite being on 3 bases, we're not as, you know, we're only 7 drones ahead. And we are floating 2,000 gems. So it strikes me that Zerg,
Need a macro hatch?
aye.
Infestation pick going down there.
Oh, that's going to get infestation.
Level 2 armor about to finish. Level 1 melee attack is researching as well. We've got a PF going down for the Terran, going to claim his second expo.
Or his third, depending on which way you look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, and instantly Maynarding a load of SCVs over there. And Terran doing a lovely job instantly of keeping his
we've got some action going on
down.
at the Zerg third, but I think it's just going to be cleared by the time we get there.
Yeah.
The Queen has fallen.
Oh, and could this army now completely outflank the Terran down to the Terran's base? No. Nope, that Marauder might try and persuade them to outflank the Terran army. I would love to see that army just walk down the back road here.
Yeah,
just see what happens.
I don't think it would end up being a base trading situation.
No, I mean I think this army can get there and do some damage. No, instead they're going to come knocking straight into the front door. That tank at the front there looks like he's taking a huge amount of damage, but no, masses of speedlings gone down. And suddenly on the supply wall we're looking good, and there we go, that's what we like to see. A massive heal busters helping the Terran infantry out. That stim button just used completely without thought now, not a problem. And our tumors going down, masses of scouting there being denied. I don't think that's enough roach. I really don't think that's enough roach. There's a lot of Marauder there, and as soon as they're backed onto that tank line, that roach is going to start falling over. Please tell me Terran has started to upgrade. There we go, Terran up to 1 on weapons.
Oh!
And I think what Monkey's trying to tell us in his subtle way.
41 Banelings. Boom!
That's going to make a mess.
Siege tank though, just up to the flank there.
Yeah.
Oh, those Banelings.
Can the siege tank be seen? Can the siege tank cannot be seen.
Squelch, squelch, squelch!
Bye bye infantry.
Boom!
A lot of Banelings going down. Okay, brilliant stuff here, getting the Marauders.
Oh, look at all that
splitting!
Fantastic!
Siege
tank unsupported!
Marines spitting. Well, a couple of siege tanks fallen, but that is that number of Banelings consists of a good amount of supply for our Zerg player there. A large amount of supply. That siege mode tank really needs some siege mode now. There it is, it's going down. Go on, stim again. You've got those heal buses there. That is Roach falling very fast now.
No, don't leave the tank on its own.
Tank will go down. Medic.
Oh.
And there we go.
Burrow. Scan.
Bye-bye, Marauder.
Well, you know, Marauder for a bit of siege damage.
No tunneling claws though at the moment, or is there?
Being researched now as we speak.
Okay, excellent. Okay, there goes the wanton stimming, and these roaches are now in quite a large amount of trouble.
Pointy.
There we go. The scan there reveals their position. And those roaches getting absolutely creamed. If we have a look into the Zerg base,
Baneling,
all we've got left now is Banelings.
Oh.
And as we all know from Husky's channel, they can be beaten if you take off and fly to the island. It's kind of embarrassing.
Marauder. Unfortunately, this map lacks an island.
I hadn't thought of that. Okay, and interestingly, suddenly the resources are starting to balance out. During that battle, the Terran resources are shot up to 400, and the Zerg have been spending theirs. They're down. Well, no, they're back up to around now. But
another 26 Banelings in production.
You've
got to hope that Kane is got to be going more siege tank.
Or Thor.
But unfortunately, factories are sitting with nothing to do. But we are getting more Marauders, because at the end of the day, Marauders are cool against Banelings.
Marauders do a very lovely job. Yes. Ooh, we're loaded up for a drop, are we? Go on, let's see what's going on here. Going for the epic army
Just
tab.
want to do the army supply and worker supply there.
Not that your fingers hit 4 buttons at once or anything like that, mate.
Hey! And I've just thought I'd throw up the army tab up there as well, just for fun.
Yep. Okay, those Banelings attempting to deny the drop getting in. Lovely micro there.
Well, I do like how the drop can just fly around as much as it wants because it doesn't have to do anything.
Yep.
Because you've got nothing to shoot at air. Although 2 infestors are now being trained. We do have Hive Tech on the go and Aspire is going down.
Spire's an interesting choice at this stage. Unless we're going to go straight for the greater. I mean, Spire against Marines doesn't seem the obvious choice to me.
Drop, ba-boom! Siege tank is in the drop there as well, so we are going to see some siege going on. Oh, Bailings! Oh! They're like a deadly green landmine.
Well, they're not really so much like a deadly green landmine, are they? They're more like deadly green beach balls.
And drop straight back into
the P online. How many Bailings did it take for that Marauder to go down there?
a lot.
That Bailing, and we're now, Zerg is looking very, very sketchy at 60 supply to 116 for the Terran.
No, we're looking quite nice there. What I am liking is that we're setting up siege tanks there. If we were to get a couple more on this ramp, we could just have a gold
expo.
Yeah.
You know what I was saying about people floating gems?
Yep.
It's completely reversed here. Kane, what did we say he was called?
Kane. Fungal. Nice.
Yep. I think probably enough heal buses there to deal with that fungal. Unless there's banelings as well.
Oh, one Marauder still fancying
it. Look what we've got here. Look what we've got here. Macro hatch. You
have another hatch going down somewhere else as well.
Yeah, we're looking to try and take a fourth here from
Zerg. Greedy.
But let's get back to the drop.
Oh, not gone hugely well there.
No, that's not looking great. Roach and the Infestor seem quite capable of tidying
Got
it
another
up.
push into that third.
Okay, surely this time that third's got to fall. Surely there's not enough supply to clean this
Come on,
up.
shoot, yeah!
Okay, and he's gone. No GG, no nothing, just gone.
Well, as a friend of ours says, no GG, no skill.
Aye. I'm not entirely sure that I entirely believe that.
No, I wasn't going to say that's true, but that's what the fox would tell us.
It is what the fox would tell us, that is true.
Don't listen to the fox, he's evil.
Yeah, he can't play StarCraft either. He's just had Battle.net to put those symbols.
So much rage now. You do know that, don't you? Whew! Right. Crikey, go for it. You can start the analysis, because, wow.
Wow, that was a very, very long game there. That was that was a 30-minute epic. I think it just goes to show you can't just rest on your laurels against a Zerg, can you? You've got to keep hitting them. You've got to keep hitting them hard. It's what I always say. If you're not attacking a Zerg, you're losing. And as we noticed when we were saying that Terran was going to Gandalf, suddenly the Zerg were all over the map. They were macroed up. They were ahead in supply. They were floating the gems. They were looking very pretty. As a lot of Zergs do, he just sat back, and I think that cost him and allowed the Terran to get back into the game off 2 bases.
There you go then. I have nothing further really to say there. I enjoyed the game.
I enjoyed the game a lot. I did enjoy watching entire reams of infantry getting mown down by banelings. I did also enjoy watching about 15 banelings try and take out one Marauder with a heal bus.
Yeah, it was all good, man. It was all good. Well, I just put up at the end of the units lost tab, just to show us how many units were lost and how much resources that costed us. I would say about half, Terran lost half the amount that the Zerg did, but there's not a massive difference in actually the resources when it comes down to it.
Aye.
So, this just proves a point. The Zerg don't have to worry too much about when it comes to money. They can just spam out an army again.
That's it. Well, assuming they get there fast up, and I think the opening from the Zerg there, the opening from the Terran player there, and just getting in with that early harass and hitting that economy hard, and making sure you're toasting drones and making them fight, and making them drop spiners as opposed to using those drones to mine, really hurt the Zerg for the entire game. And despite the fact he got off to 4 bases. I mean, he could have done with a macro hatch, he could have done with keeping his gems a bit lower, and I'd have been interested to see the result of that, but for me, yeah, early pressure on a Zerg, keep the pressure on, and they struggle. Sit back, and you struggle.
Awesome. Well, that's all we have time for. Remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, not only to us, have a look for the SCClimbers as well, and give them a like and a subscribe. I've been WABMonkey, as always, happy hunting.
Their channel WAB's best, and we'll love you forever.